Okay, welcome to Cherie's weight loss journey. Out and about, trying to stay active, even though I'm sick. Okay. Me and Snoopy, of course, we out here. We trying to do our thing, right, Snoopy? Right, Snoopy, baby? Yes, we are. She like what? Yeah, this thing it doesn't really swivel. And that would be nice if it swiveled. It's so stationary. Okay. Whew. It's in the 70s today. Of course, like I said, we've been getting this hot and cold. But hold on. So one of the things that I was wondering, I was like, how come, if we have a homeless problem, why do we have so many vacancies of homes in my neighborhood? Right? So I'm confused. But anyway, looks like I'm gonna have to curl this hair the next time I wear it. I didn't want to do it this time. We are, like I said, on our way to mingle out here. This is my first whole week off of semi-retirement into full-time retirement, right? With or without the benefits, right? Because, people don't want to hire the elderly, right? And when they do hire the elderly, they don't want the elderly there. Right? It changes the workplace from the meat market into an actual place of business when elderly people are around. Right? Just their presence alone changes the whole dynamics. And men know this, right? That's why men will tell girls who don't know no better, because I'm not going to call them ladies. Ladies already know that they need to listen to their mamas. If their mama says, listen, don't get with that guy's no good. They know their mama's been around the block a few times. Right? And that these guys are out here telling these girls, listen, you don't have to be virtuous. Give them your body. Right? And you think it's all fun and games until they start feeling like, now they possessed you because you didn't give them your body. They think it was an actual transaction. You gave them your body as if you could take that body part off and give it to them. But since you can't, they'll claim you, your whole total being, your assets, your energy, your future, everything. They want to claim it then. And this is where you have to put a stop to it, right? You have to let them know from the very gate, Stop trying to act like this pussy is yours, right? There is no ring on it. You guys don't have no agreement that way. And as a matter of fact, you don't even have a love yourself that way. So stop it. You know, this thing that these men are calling loves ain't got shit to do with love. You just a maintenance plan for them. Right? They use you to maintenance their their energy, maybe their home, their diet, everything. But you have to do it exactly the way that they tell you to do it. And if you don't do it right, they'll let you know. Look, you need to do it this way. Otherwise, you're not a good woman. Okay? Because they don't see their women as equals or collaborators. They see their women as subordinates and beneath them, and that they're giving them their presence, the ability to be within their presence. Therefore, you have to work to earn it. Right? They know that this is wrong. They do. And they perpetuated this notion for far too long. However, we have women that are conditioned in the family, you know, because, you know, these women, you know, have found a man, and this man would say, hey, you know, in order for this relationship to work out, you must do such, and such, you know, when I tell you to. If I say frog, you jump. You don't even ask how high. You just do your best, highest jump. Right? And so now that women are kind of sick and tired of being sick and tired, because why are we sick and tired? We sick and tired of being scared of putting our lives on the line, whether through their anger and violence or their reckless sexual behaviors. You know, I was sitting up there just screaming that there's just no way that men should think of themselves as the divine feminine. What the hell? What gives them the right to claim the position of being a divine feminine? A man. I don't care how feminine he acts. I don't care how high priestess he thinks he is. I still don't understand what grounds, what's the premise that he will stand on to give himself the title of a divine feminine. Right? And here's another thing that started pissing me off. Right? And I'm like, okay, it's one thing for the alphabet community to say, you know, they got the Claires. My thought is, you need to keep your Claires within your motherfucking community. Why? Because there's nothing worse than an alphabet member criticizing the heterosexual community under any grounds, under any Claire. It's fucking ridiculous. Right? Because they don't want you to turn around and do that to them. Oh no. Now they want to scream and kick and cry out. You know, you're discriminating against their sexual preference, right? And we could never understand. Why couldn't you keep your sexual fucking preference in the fucking bedroom? Or better yet, in the fucking closet? Alright. So, I'm sitting up here listening to this guy, right? And he's trying to tell the collective. He's trying to tell the collective about God, about love, about relationships, right? And this is a man that has been, you know, a part of the alphabet community, still is, right? Just found God in the last 2 years, right? Now, he's become an authority, right? He's now become an authority on emotions, religion, spirituality, and relationships. I'm like, what? Right? And of course, you know, my clairs start to kick in. And now, because he's got money now, right? He's making all kinds of money in the spiritual community, right? And you know, my clairs start to kick in, right? And then it was downloaded to me that this is a guy who, when he was broke, right, and decided, you know, he didn't want to, you know, get into this regular rat race, that he would prefer to be, you know, in companionship with a wealthy man if possible, or at least a man where they can synergize their energies and, you know, and you know, live a little bit above, you know, the means that they would have made all by themselves. Okay? But this man is making good money now. Very good money. You know, and my mind was, oh my gosh, this gay man, now that he's making money, is love bombing women. He is love bombing women to tell them that now he is a man of means, therefore have a baby with me. I'm like, what? Right? Motherfucker, you don't even like women. How you want a baby? You need to pay anybody $1 million just to have your baby. If you think you're a man of means and that you deserve to, you know, bring a life into this world with a woman that you love bombing just so that she will have your baby, because now you feel like you need some progenies to leave and inherit your money to, now that you got money. Right? And that's my thought on how it should be regulated with any of these bisexuals or these men proclaiming to have been gay at any time in their life. Because they don't love women, they love men. And they just want a woman just to have babies. and they don't want to pay them. And they need to pay them dearly. I mean, all women need to be paid dearly for bringing kids into this world. That, to me, first of all, is the worst travesty that has happened since Caesar. Was that women actually get devalued for having babies when they should be valued for having babies. Okay? We're the ones that help breed the population. We'll help breed the population even with with a man of the alphabet community, knowing damn well there's nothing, there ain't no love there. But we'll bring a baby in the world with a bisexual man. You know, I'm watching more videos where I'm seeing these women, you know, they're dating these men that they know are bisexual. And, you know, they're dating these men because they just don't want to be lonely. Right? They'll date a man just so they're not lonely. And maybe that man will give them a baby, and they think that if they have a baby, then they'll never be lonely, at least for, 18 something odd years, or 13, 14 years if the child decides to run away. When they become a teenager. And then I started hearing some other dude say, oh, well, if you ain't got no man, it's best to have a gay man than to have no man. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, why? Then their answer was, well, if you don't have no man in your life, then, you're a dead person walking. I'm like, what? What? Speak your shit out loud so we can hear it. Speak your shit out loud so we can hear it. Because we didn't hear you right. Right? Because that's what happens when you have these fucking karmic babies. These fucking karmic men and women that don't value themselves, don't love themselves. You can give them love and they'll just call you weak. If you show them love, they're gonna say it's because you're weak. You just became vulnerable to them. That's all. And that's your fault. And they want society to believe that, right? They want society to continue to blame the victim for being victimized, right? And we see this even in our rape culture, right? Woman says she was raped. First thing these motherfuckers want to say is, well, what was you wearing? As if that has anything to do with anything when it comes to rape. We know that rape is a power issue. Another thing they want to sit up there and say, oh, he would never rape anybody. Why? Because he got he got options. That's not what rape is about. Rape isn't about options. Rape is about power. And control over another person. Right? And the one thing that these men hate most of all, they hate it. Right? They're like, oh, well, I thought if I had anal sex with a woman that this would make her mine forever. Right? Because that's how men feel. Right? When they have anal sex with other men, the men feel dominated, right? He feels like he was violated, that he had his masculinity taken away from him. But that's not so when it comes from a woman, right? Why? That's just another orifice that's filled up. That's all. Right? Now, it could fuck with her, it could fuck with her digestive and all of that stuff too, right? But, because, you know, that's just the way that the body works. But as far as, you know, on a spiritual level, no. It doesn't affect the woman the same way as it affects a man. Right? So you have all of these men running around here trying to figure out, you know, well, what's the difference between having, you know, anal sex with a man and having anal sex with a woman? Right? Even some of them will think, oh, because it doesn't, you know, take away your womanhood by having anal sex with a man, that they think it's okay. Right? You can't tell them for nothing in the world that that's dirty. It's nasty. Stop it. You know, you throwing your cross upside down, motherfucker. And they're like, no, I still love pussy. You're lying. You're lying. That's why every person that you want to be with, you expect them at a minimum to give you the anus once a month. Because you're gay. You're gay. You don't like women. Hold on. So, I was listening to this one dude, right? My favorite guy to listen to on YouTube, right? The Public Offender, right? And he was talking about how when he was growing up, that men would grope each other, right? And I always used to wonder, how is it that the coach could smack a big-ass basketball player or a big-ass football player on the ass and not call that sexual harassment? Then I find out through this guy that these dudes will grope each other, will do weird things to each other. Like if they catch somebody sleeping, they're the type of people that will, you know, rub their balls and their booty all over somebody's face while they're sleeping. And I'm like, what? Why would you do that? You know, but this guy was saying this like it was normal. You know, they would grab each other's balls, you know, squeeze them and give each other pain. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. You know, this was a world that we women aren't, you know, included in. This is the world of men, right? Then I'm like, okay. So, it was brought to my attention that, you know, other men, they'll look at other men's titties, right? We look at men, and we'll say, that's their chest, right? And we don't think nothing of them walking around shirtless. But these other men out here, you know, they looking at the nipple size, the constitution, the direction that is pointing. Is the nipple pointing outward, upward, downward, you know, out to the sides? I'm like, oh my God. You know, these men have sexualized other men to the point that we would never understand. It is now, shit, it's 86 degrees. And I have some issues going on in my car. Let me get out and find out. Otherwise, we're going back home. Because I can't tell what the hell's going on here. Let me go out here and check. Yeah, I got some kind of caution light going on here. I don't know what it is. It's 86 degrees out here. So I'm gonna drive back to the house because I'm not getting a reading at all. My tires look fine. So maybe it's something else. It just popped on for no reason at all. It just popped on. And it's been doing that. It'll pop on, pop off, pop on, pop off. Right? It was flashing, now it's steady. So I don't know what it is. But yeah. I don't need to go for a walk down here at all. Because I was just thinking, you know, if it's a tire, I don't even have my air compressor with me. Driving in an electrical car that I don't know shit about. I don't know nothing about. And these lights come on. You would think, you know, it would tell you. You would think it would tell you. You would think that there would be some way it would tell you besides going to AutoZone. So anyway, not gonna take any chances. Gonna take my ass on back home. I can always do a walk on the treadmill. You know, that was another thing that I was thinking about, right? Now that, you know, I have to force myself to get out and about, right? Like normally I would work, you know, 20 hours during the weekend. Well, since I'm not going to be doing that, I have to discipline myself, you know, to try to get out and walk, you know, twice a day, right? And if I don't get out and walk twice a day, then I have to at least, try to walk twice a day in the house on the treadmill. Okay? This one lady, she was doing some calculations about what, she needed to do, right? If she was going to break her daily steps, her daily minutes of exercise, aerobics specifically, if she was going to break down her aerobics to 7 days a week, to 5 days a week, right? As long as she got in, like, like 2 hours of exercise, of aerobics a week. I think I was less than that. But if she had 2 hours of aerobics a week, right? And she kind of has like the same problems, dealing with high blood pressure and being overweight as I do, right? She's younger than me, and her heart could probably handle it a lot better than mine. This morning, I woke up and I mowed the backyard. Yeah, it needed it. Like already. The spring equinox hadn't even arrived yet. And we already have to start doing lawn maintenance. Right? Because spring has sprung. When the green grass comes. So yeah, 86 degrees out here. Free car wash? Is it free? Grand opening, I guess? I think so. So anyway, today is the full moon. And we also have a lunar eclipse. Okay? And we're going into we are in Mercury retrograde. Venus has been retrograding. We have a planetary alignment in the celestial sky, and we're approaching the spring equinox, which, according to the Palladians, they're stating it's going to be a time of another separation, from those people who decided to go dark and live a dark lifestyle, and those who decided, against that, and those who decided, they just don't want to go on. They're done. They're done. Okay? So, I know I was one of those people. Hey, just let me be done. I don't want to go and live another life. I don't want to stay here. Let me be done. But even as my lung capacity diminishes, it's really hard, right? I'm like, why can't a person just sort of like drift off into their sleep, right? Because when I start having these breathing problems and coughing problems and I wake up, right? Instead of just releasing and letting go and calling it a day. Giving up the ghost. Right? So yeah, I guess I'm not ready to give up the ghost. But it's starting to sink in that I am not going to work tomorrow. Wind is so high. Wow, this guy lost his whole hat off his head. So, yeah. I'm gonna go find out what this reading is. If it's my tire again, I'm gonna be like, what the hell? Because I am coming up on AutoZone. And then again, I might not. I might just go on to the crib. And if it lights back up when I get back into the car, maybe then I'll look, because It's been coming on and going off, coming on and going off. You know, and making it seem like it's more an electrical problem than anything else. Or a low pressure in the tire that I don't know how that comes on and goes off, but I guess it does. So anyway, I've had the car for a year, pretty much, right? Because I had to renew my car registration for $275.50. Yes. I thought that my insurance would go down. Nope, it did not go down that much. It only went down a little bit. So, you know, the last time I had checked over here on Fadi's website, he does have utility vans in his possession. Matter of fact, he looked like he was in one. Right? And you know, I'm like, dang. Don't tell me I'm going to buy me a utility van and become a part of van life. Because I watch van life. Matter of fact, I was watching van life today. Van City Van Life. And he was talking about... oh, yeah. He was talking about... well, he was promoting that... he called it a hot tub. But it looked more like a bathtub to me. To me, it looked like a bathtub rather than a hot tub because it didn't have no bubbles. It just had heat. Right? To me, a hot tub has to have bubbles, something. If it's just warm water in a container, that's like a bathtub. And granted, you know, van lifers, you know, it could be important for them to have a bath out in the wilderness. A warm bath out in the wilderness every now and then might be important. So anyway, we decided against the walk outside. And I've been watching this one lady, right? She says she's a Libra and she loves fashion and, you know, and she likes being cute and she was an accountant, right? But her style is so masculine, right? That I wouldn't be surprised if I run across, you know, one of her videos where she states that she's actually a trans man, right? She's a man that transitioned into a woman. because, fashion is so important to her. She shaves off her head. Definitely has a flat belly. Not saying that, women can't be that way, because, men come from women, right? So whenever I see a man, I automatically think of, how their mama must have looked. That's kind of how I think of it. Right? And we see this in real time when women, become older, right? And we're looking at them like, damn, you could see, what their sons would look like, right? And I had thought about it. I was like, I wonder what my son would have looked like. I already know what my son would have looked like. I already know that my son would have been a problem. Okay? He definitely would have been a problem. He would be problematic. Yeah. He would have been a problematic womanizer that's entitled and blessed. Which is one of the reasons why I didn't have one. No sons for me, son. No sons for me. You're not my son, right? Because here's the thing, right? I didn't want to be responsible for bringing this type of male into the world. That's manipulative, magical, beautiful, destructive, entitled. It's just, I did not want to be responsible for that. I was not going to bring a male into this world for that very purpose. I know how I feel as a woman. I see how my daughters, are, when they walk this earth. And I can't even imagine that same kind of behavior on a guy. Okay? I could, but I can't. I mean, I could, but I won't. Yeah, I could, but I won't. And I didn't. So, that's how that went down. So, yeah. One of the things that I'm going to have to come to terms with is cleaning out the 4 or 5 pairs of compost toe shoes out of the car. And, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with them. Maybe I should just give them away to Goodwill. Maybe I should just give them away to Goodwill. Look at that doggy in the window. Oh. Oh. He got him a good spot. She got him a good spot. Or who is he, she? He, she, we don't know. Got him a great spot in the window. So that was something that I was thinking about today, was the fact that, I'm going to have to take out my compost toe shoes out of the car and really come to terms with my Amazon career is over. Let me clarify that. My Amazon warehouse fulfillment position is over.